All right, welcome back to another one of our film reviews. Today we are talking Miami Dolphins rookie guard Jonah Savaiinaea. I'll call him 72 or Jonah for the rest of the film review just to make it easier on myself and not to embarrass myself. But I tell you what, you know who's not embarrassing himself? This young left guard. Rough start to the season for sure, but he's getting better and better and better. And he did a really nice job. Wasn't perfect, but did a lot of really good things in the Dolphins' most recent victory. We'll break down everything he did so well. As always, if you're a fan of these film reviews and want to help support us so we can do more of them, become a member of our channel. It's a big help to us. But without further ado, let's jump right into the film. All right, let's open up with some running game. And there's Jonah right there, number 72 at left guard for the Miami Dolphins. So this is going to be a toss play working to the left side of your screen, the offensive left. We're going to get a little pre-snap motion to pull the linebackers and safeties with the motion. But it's just going to be a standard toss with a crack right there with the receiver coming off the screen, cracking that defensive end as the tackle pulls around and leads the way here. Jonah's going to take a wide scoop track here to try and pick up number 44 going wide. It's not a true pull track like he's going this direction. That's why I call it a wide scoop track off of the heels right there just to try and get up to number 44. He does a good job with effort and finish, ends up resulting in a touchdown for the Miami Dolphins. Number 28 is an awesome player. Let's check it out. Pre-snap motion. There's a snap. There's a toss. There it goes. Hits the crease. There 28 goes. Touchdown. Nicely done. All right, let's break this sucker down. All the way back to the beginning. You can see the crack right there. Good enough. Almost not good enough, but hey, it ends up working. 52, Paul out in space. Does a nice job there. Really well done. Let's look at Jonah right here. Again, giving a little help on the defensive tackle allows Brewer to cut him off. Nicely done by 55. Good there. I love how long 72 stays on this block, helps out his teammate. He gets up to the next level, and 44 beats him across his face right there. Looks like he's going to make the tackle, but 72 stays with it and closes it off, gets a touchdown. You can make an argument, maybe blocking the back right there. Maybe just a little bit, but they're never going to call in this situation, right? It just isn't going to happen. The ref's never going to see it. And if you keep running your feet and keep moving and keep hustling, good things will happen. And there you see it right there. On these toss plays, when you're trying to work up to the next level, sometimes the best thing that can happen is allow the running back a cutback vector, and that's exactly what we see right here. Again, the effort from Jonah, helping out his teammate, getting up to the next level, and then finishing all the way through, opens up the cutback lane, touchdown Miami. Nice work. All right, for the wide copy, get a really good look at this one. There's the pre-snap motion. You're going to see 52 pull. Jonah work up to the next level. There he goes. Touchdown Miami. Look at this blocking, how it works out in the end. Paul right there. Jonah right there. Brewer right there. There you go. Touchdown. How about on the backside, right? You got an offensive lineman hustling downfield. Look at the right tackle, guys. Look at this effort. Keep working, keep working, keep working, keep working. Help us make it a touchdown. This is what the Dolphins are doing in the ground game, and Jonah right here at left guard, big part of that. Again, helping out his teammate, gets on his high horse, stays with the block, basically ends up taking up two guys because he gets the play side linebacker, but also helps seal the safety outside right there as well. So he gets 2 for the price of 1, and 28 takes it for 6. All right, sticking with the running game, there's Jonah right there, of course, at left guard for the Miami Dolphins. And what the Jets are going to do here is they're going to have a lot of slanting up front. They're going to take this one technique. He's a one technique because he's on the outside shoulder of the center right there. They're going to slant him this direction. They're going to take this defensive end and slant him that way. They're going to walk down the linebacker, and he's going to be the edge defender just like this. And it's going to be a situation where Jonah and the center are double teaming up to that linebacker. We're going to get motion pre-snap with 89 coming over. We're going to get a base here, fullback working up to the next level. They pick up everyone, and 28 hits it for a huge play. But again, I want you guys to watch Jonah. Watch him recognize what the slant happens when it goes away. He immediately works up to the next level, seals off the linebacker, helps spring 28 for a big run. Let's check it out. There's a pre-snap motion. There's a snap. There's the handoff. Look at this hole. Nice spin move. Breaking tackles. Still going. Still going. Still going down to the 2-yard line. Nice run, 28. What a player. What a player. All right, all the way back here to the very beginning. Let's look at this offensive line here. You can see right there the one technique. See how he slants? Almost beats Brewer, but Brewer stays with him just enough, kind of actually runs himself out of the play. But you can see Jonah right there working him to the backside linebacker. He stays square, stays calm, gets on him, turns him, seals it, stays with it, and there you go. Winning football. You can see across the board. Fullback does a good job getting him to the play side linebacker. Bang, right there. You can see the tight end works out. You can see Patrick Paul gets on the defensive end, who's now slanting inside, stays with it. Not a perfect block from Paul, but allows the hole to open up, and there it is. 28 sees it, and then he's off to the races. Just a phenomenal run right there from A-Chain. But it's one of those things, you got to get, for these big runs, these backside linebackers cut off, these backside players cut off in general. And Jonah does a great job here. One of the things I love about it, it's under control. It's methodical. A lot of 72's film for the first half of his rookie season was chaotic. He was flailing all over the place, and he still does it every once in a while. But this is calm. This is cool. This is collected. He's thinking at this onset right here, okay, it's going to be a double team, and I'm going to work up to the backside linebacker. Defensive tackle goes away. Okay, no problem. Just calm, up to the next level, get on my guy, help open up a big hole. Nice job. All right, from the wide copy, you're going to get a really good look at this one. There's a snap, and there's the handoff. There's the hole. Nicely blocked. You can see Jonah right here. Watch how calm he is working up to the next level. Look at that demeanor. Again, the chaos from the first 8-9 games of his career seems to be going away slowly but surely. Doesn't hold, doesn't do anything stupid, right? He's on there right there. Gives him one more shove. Completely negates the backside linebacker. And you can see right here, this is the only guy that can make this play, and Jonah handles him. This is really well blocked, though, across the board. Again, the Dolphins' O-line in their scheme running-wise is outstanding. Look at this, hats on hats, getting people blocked up, and a great run there by 28 at the end. I mean, absolutely outstanding. But again, Jonah, watch how calm he is. Feet in the ground, composure, finish the block, helps lead to a really nice run. Good job, 72. All right, let's go with some pass protection. There's Jonah, of course, at left guard for the Miami Dolphins. And Miami's going to run a standard pass protection concept here. And the play side, which is going to be these three guys on this particular play, they're all going to take the gap to their left. Left tackle's going to take this gap. Left guard, Jonah's going to take that gap. Center's going to take that gap right there, which means on the backside, we're man-on-man. Man-on-man right there, and man-on-man over here. Standard stuff. Every team runs this protection one way or another. Here's the thing. If you're in Jonah's shoes right here, and you've got this gap, you see 44 walking up, you're thinking, okay, that's my guy. But the Jets come up with a pretty creative concept here. They have 78 basically slant straight up the field to occupy the center, and then they have the linebacker loop around. Their thought here is that, okay, the center will see the linebacker loop and come off and pick up him, but 78 is going to be working vertically at that point while the guard's taking this gap right here, and this guy's going to come clean. They don't count on the rookie guard. Again, having his head on a swivel, does a good job picking it up. Let's check it out. There's a snap. It's protection. Quick throw. Open man. First down. All right, let's check it out here. Let's look at Jonah right here at left guard. He's looking at 44 the entire time. But the moment he sees 44 go away, immediately goes inside, picks up 78. Nicely done. Recognizing and reacting, right? It's not a true stunt. It's not like 78's working all the way over to Jonah, right? We see that all the time. This is completely different. It's more of a sort of confusing concept here, more of a pick play. 78's trying to pick the center while they loop 44 around. Jonah does a great job the entire time. Once he sees 44 go away, he goes to 78 while Brewer picks up 44. Great protection. This is what we're talking about, guys. This Miami Dolphins offensive line, this young offensive line, namely this young left guard. Obviously, we know Paul as a left tackle is pretty good. Brewer's playing at an all-pro level for sure. But this left side, this much maligned left side because of Jonah, they're doing some good things. They're winning the line of scrimmage, guys. And I tell you what, Dolphins fans, obviously there's still a lot left to go in the season. We'll see how everything shakes out, of course. But the future up front with the line of scrimmage is very bright because Jonah is starting to figure it out. Again, he's not perfect yet, got a long way to go. But when I see plays like this, the ability to recognize and react and pick up defensive schemes, that's a sign of a guy who's learning. All right, for the wide copy, really good look at Jonah right here. Watch this right here. 44 goes away, picks up the defensive tackle. Look at that. Look at this protection, guys. They run a funky little stunt blitz action, and they got great protection. Like Tua, if he wanted to, right here, could have scrambled and escaped and stepped up into the pocket, no problem. He had an open man, so it's an easy throw. But this is what the Dolphins are becoming. The days of, Tua, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, 70-yard touchdowns, those are probably gone. But being a methodical, physically dominant offense, kind of the promised thing with the running game that we saw in years past, with quick throws, with good protection, that's what's here. And that's the future of Miami. Tua, in rhythm, quick throws, out-breaking routes, in-breaking routes, good protection, good run blocking. This Dolphins team is getting a lot closer to winning the line of scrimmage, and a big part of that is Jonah's improvement. All right, it's the Dolphins, so it wouldn't be fun to break down film without a trick play. You can see Jonah right there at left guard. But what the Dolphins are going to do is they're going to sell a trap concept this direction. They're going to pull the backside guard this way, but they're going to bring a man in motion behind all the action and hand it off to him on a reverse within 30, leading the way over here, and 89 leading the way here. Let's watch right here Jonah. He does a good job kind of selling the run block here before he works up to the next level and delivers the key block to, again, spring the running play. That's the theme of Jonah. He's making the key blocks. It's not that he's just making good blocks. He's making the critical blocks. Let's check it out. There's a snap. There's the fake. There's a reverse. Well blocked. Nicely done. Big play. Explosive play. Good job. But who's the key block, guys? Obviously at the point of attack, right? 55, 30, those three guys. That turns a play that could have maybe lost a yard or two into a 10-yard play. But what makes this a 20-yard play? What makes this an explosive play? Blocking the backside linebacker, and that's Jonah, downfield, getting on him with help from his teammate. That's what turns it into a huge play. That's what Savaiinaea is bringing to this Dolphins offense. He's making the blocks to spring runs that maybe in games past would have gone for 7 or 8 or 5 or 12 and turning them into 25, 35, 24. And that obviously is a huge difference. You look at the way Savaiinaea is selling this, right? Watch 72 right here. It almost looks like a down block, puts a hand on him, and then works up to the next level, gets on his guy. Again, doesn't do anything stupid, doesn't hold, right? Smart player. Again, rookie figuring it out late in the season. I tell you what, there's a lot of things he needs to improve on. I think pass protection in general is getting better, but he's got to get better. I think consistency and base blocking is important. But in terms of making key blocks and definitely at the next level, number 72 has come a long way. All right, from the wide copy, get a really good look at this. Watch the reverse. I mean, these are the key blocks right here. Nicely done. But what makes this a big play? The fact that Savaiinaea is downfield, right? If we break this down from the wide copy, you can tell. So right here, 44 is the guy that could maybe make the play right around the 45-yard line, right? If they don't block him. But Savaiinaea gets up to him, gets some help from his teammate, runs him 15, 20 yards past it. It's the difference, guys. It's the difference between a 10-yard play, because right here could have been a 10-yard play, but because they blocked 44, he's off the screen instead of 44 being right here to escort him out of bounds. He has to do it 20 yards downfield. Big difference in yardage, right? And these things add up over the course of the game, add up over the course of the season. And that's why we're seeing this Dolphins rushing attack get better and better and better. Jonah's improvement having a big factor. All right, let's go back to some pass protection. And there's Jonah right there, number 72, of course, at left guard for the Miami Dolphins. He's got a 3 technique on his outside shoulder, and he's going to have him one-on-one in this situation right here. And listen, when you're blocking this 3 technique, you got to be really careful because this guy normally has a 3-way go. He can go outside, he can go through, or he can go inside. It's a tough situation to be in, but it's taken to a whole nother level because the New York Jets, they're going to run a stunt. They're going to have this defensive tackle go inside this direction and loop this guy around just like this. Savaiinaea in games past has really struggled with it, but this time, number 72, more than up to the task, does a great job. Let's check it out. Little pre-snap motion. There's a snap. Good protection, good protection, good protection. Hits a short throw. Yards after catch. A-Chain's a beast. All right, let's look at 72 right here at left guard. How does he handle this? Pass set right there, runs his guy inside, feels the stunner coming around, picks him up, pushes him out of the way. Tua kind of drifts into the pressure, right? The center of the pocket should have been right at the hash. You see Tua right there, he kind of runs 2 yards to the left. So he actually runs into the pressure. But 72 does a good job. Again, handing him off to 55 and then picking up 97. That's A+ stunt work. Now, you can make an argument technique-wise. I mean, base there is good. Base there is good. Yeah, that's actually pretty good technique. I don't know if there's an argument you can make technique-wise. I mean, there's always things to improve on. But he's got a good base. Doesn't click his heels. Tries to keep his pad level down. Uses his hands. I mean, it's a good rep from number 72. And this is what we're starting to see. Again, wasn't perfect against the Jets. Hasn't been perfect at all season long, right? For being totally honest, being totally transparent. But he's figuring it out. Right, blocking downfield, little things, savvy player, pass protection, the concepts that make a bad offensive lineman into a respectable, commendable offensive lineman are there. And then there are flashes of him doing really good things like we saw, springing long runs. This is what 72 is becoming. Again, long way to go, but I think the trajectory is in a positive direction for the young guard. All right, from the wide copy, get a really good look at number 72 right there. Watch how he handles this stunt. You're going to see this defensive tackle work inside, passes him off, picks him up, allows the quarterback to hit 28. I mean, this is just good stuff. This is what we call good guard work. This is just good pass protection. And when have we seen that all season long with Jonah? To be totally honest, right? He was a guy, and you Dolphins fans that are familiar with PFF grades, you remember the days where he would have grades where it would be like pass protection 8, 10 out of 100. Not good stuff. But this is good football. This is what we're seeing. He's starting to figure it out. And listen, he's a rookie. It's going to take time. These guys are young. It's going to take time. Rough start to his career, of course. But he's coming along nicely and getting better and better. All right, I wanted to take a quick break from today's video to talk about something we're excited to offer, and that is weekly giveaways of a lot of high quality stuff. We appreciate our viewers, and that's why we want to give you guys the opportunity to join these weekly giveaways. There's a link in the description box below that takes you right to it. And this week we're talking about a $350 Yeti Tundra cooler like you see on the screen in front of you. Again, just go to the link in the description box below, enter in your email, and you have a chance to win. The drawings will be made every Sunday. You'll be announced whether you won via email, so make sure you check that out. Again, appreciate our viewers. Now let's get back to the video. All right, how about a little short yardage goal line? There's Jonah right there. You can see the goal line's right there. The Dolphins are 2 yards away from pay dirt. It's just going to be a simple inside run. Nothing special. Base block here, Jonah base block here. Center working up to this guy, working up to 54. Base block here, base block here. The Dolphins are going to bring a man in motion pre-snap to lead through the hole just like this. But I want you guys to watch number 72. Watch the movement he gets on this defensive tackle, dislocating him out of the hole, help opening up a massive crease. Again, he's the guy that's springing blocks for touchdowns. Let's check it out. There's the motion. There's a snap. There's the handoff. Touchdown, Miami. All right, let's look at this blocked up front. Really good job right there. Just good across the board. I mean, look at this hole, guys. But look at 72. Drives him out of the way. And listen, number 91, if you want to jump around blocks, by all means, do that all day long at the goal line. Do that all day long at 50. You'll get creased. Look at Jonah Savaiinaea right here. Watch him fire off. See how he has his chest down. Again, hands outside, not great. Low pad level, though, driving, moving his feet, chomping his feet, again, denting the defense. This doesn't look like much, guys, but look at this hole. Where does 91 for New York start? Basically, you see this little white mark right there? Where does he end up? About 3 yards to the left of that. That's movement. That's getting horizontal movement. That's blowing someone out of the way, creating a massive crease. Nice job. Touchdown. All right, from the wide copy, get a really good look at 89 coming in motion. There's the handoff. Touchdown. Look at Jonah right here. Look at this movement, creating this massive crease. That's what 72 is becoming. He's becoming the guy that's blocking and creating these holes that are so massive, right? Earlier on in the season, he was the guy that if the Dolphins scored, it was in spite of him. Now they're scoring because of him. It is a change that's been a long time coming. And again, it's still far from perfect. There's a lot of plays where you're like, got to improve on that one, dude. But overall, when you look at his film and you look at his body of work, he's getting better and better and better. All right, I want to end on something that shows why this Dolphins offense is going to be so tough to stop. So what you're going to get here is going to be a lot of action work in this direction, and you're going to get all the offensive linemen firing out as if it's a run, right? But it's actually going to be a play action pass. They're going to bring 83 in motion this direction pre-snap, and they're going to leak the tight end out over here. But what happens is because guys like Jonah and the rest of these guys up front here are doing such a good job getting up on their blocks and getting movement, and because they fire out on this play action pass, everybody, let me clean up the screen for you guys, every single one of these guys fires downhill trying to fill because they're so tired of getting gashed in the running game. It leads to a wide open completion for a big play to the tight end here out in the flat. But again, I want you guys to watch 72. Watch how he sells the run on play action. Again, it's the little things that matter just as much as the big blocks at the point of attack. Let's check it out. There's a motion. There's a snap. Play action. Tight end wide open. Wide open. Big play. All right, let's take this all the way back to the beginning. Look at these Jets defenders. Look how they sell out to stop the run. I mean, they're totally out of position. Totally out of position. Now, why are they? Look at the center. Look at the right tackle. Running their feet. Running their butts off. Look at Jonah firing out and then running his feet. Driving his feet. Running his feet. It's the effort. It's selling run. And when you sell run this well, especially when you're running the football down people's throats as the Dolphins are doing, you get wide open players just like this. This is what the Dolphins offense is going to be, not just for the rest of 2025, but for the future as well. Now that 72 is blocking well and consistently blocking well, again, a lot of things to improve on still, but he's definitely trending better. Teams are going to really have to account for this running game because now Jonah can get it done, get up to the next level, get the key blocks, and A-Chain is a monster. The rest of this offensive line, especially Paul and 55 Brewer, they're really, really good. They're becoming a complete football team that's going to be really hard to stop the rest of the season and for the future as well. At number 72 has a huge part in it.